All right, Kevin, thank you. Lauren just told us about the threats against the U.S. Capitol and the QAnon conspiracy theorists who believe today is the day former President Donald Trump reclaims the presidency. We do want to take you live to Washington, D.C. BNC's Astrid Martinez is standing by. Welcome to Start Your Day, Astrid. And, we're curious to what you see. What specifics are in place already ahead of this?
Well, good morning, Sharon. We're seeing definitely ramped up security here in Washington, D.C. Now, BNC was able to get their hands on an FBI intelligence bulletin warning of extremist groups possibly discussing plans to take control of the Capitol today. Now, out of an abundance of caution, lawmakers moved up House votes that were supposed to take place today to Wednesday night to make sure that they stay out of harm's way. They're also being asked to take underground tunnels if they have to get from one place to the next. The United States Capitol Police also warning that there was discussion by a militia group to target Democratic lawmakers. Now, after what we all saw on January 6th, that deadly insurrection, DHS, the FBI, and police, they are taking these threats very seriously. They are putting up barricades, and the barricades that were in place nearly 2 months now will remain here. We're seeing more police. We've seen K-9 units as well. And once again, of course, the Capitol is on lockdown now. Experts say that these threats are being driven by QAnon conspiracy theory believers, that they are fixated on this date, March 4th, because this is when inaugurations used to take place up until 1937. So this is all driven by the thought that Donald Trump could possibly take power again today. Sharon?
So much talk about this leading up to it, unlike what we saw on January 6th. It's good that the authorities are now prepared for this, but do they expect anything to really happen today, or is just being prepared for the possible threat?
Well, they're being prepared because, what we saw on January 6th, Mike, so they're not taking these threats lightly. They're also saying that the threat could possibly last up until March 6th, because that's when right-wing militia group known as the 3%ers have asked and talked. There's chatter online of them asking about 50,000 of their members to come to Washington, D.C. that day. So the threat is from March 4th until March 6th. And of course, we're staying here to keep you posted. We also know that there's always dates and new goalposts that these QAnon believers keep setting forward if something doesn't come to fruition, because then they'll start saying, that was actually a false flag put in by Antifa. So then they set up a new goalpost. So FBIs are staying on top of those warnings.
Also major concerns about threats whenever President Biden holds his State of the Union. So I know they're going to stick around for a while, for a couple of days, but what are they talking about in preparation for that as well?
So right now we're just seeing, from what we're being told, what the media is being told, we're just saying that heightened security, a lot more police officers on duty. The National Guard is not going to leave Washington, D.C. They're going to stay in place. And this is all, as National Guardsmen are talking to lawmakers about the failed security that happened on January 6th. So a lot of the eyes are on what security will take place around here and how quickly they react and respond if something should happen, Mike and Sharon.
Once again, the House decided that they're going to delay and change their schedule around. Of course, they're off today. Any idea when they plan on coming back with this threat still very, very present?
Well, I know that they're still working, even though the session is closed here for today. They're still going to be working throughout the day because they're still working on that COVID relief and several other bills that are being looked at. Not sure when the threat will be lifted, but I know that security is going to be looking at the dates March 4th, March 5th, and March 6th on their radar to make sure that everything is clear before they do get back to work.
Astrid Martinez, good information out there. Thanks so much for joining us here this morning on Start Your Day. We'll talk to you a little bit later.